Hi, Sagittarius. I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your general messages for the 8th through the 14th. Welcome back. Welcome to those of you who are new. My name's Jackie. If you've never been here before. So let's get right into things. I'm going to be doing a few spreads. I'm going to timestamp in the description box below. First one's going to be a general Celtic cross spread. Then I'll go into career/money read and then relationship read. Okay, relationship only read. So there's a lot of stuff going on underneath your hood right now, right? I mean, we have a few squares going on. I just want to say before we get into this reading, if you have to have an important conversation this week, try to have it Monday, Tuesday, or just wait out the week, right? Because the 10th, 11th into the 12th are not so good. And then we're hitting the weekend at that point. I'm really not loving the moon in Aquarius energy, to be honest with you. It's because of other things that are aspecting it. The moon's going to be in Aquarius the 10th, 11th into the 12th, right? And then later on in the evening of the 12th, it's going to move into Pisces. So if you have to have an important conversation, just because of how Mercury and Mars are going to be conjunct on the 10th, and that's going to be in your 12th house, right? So your thoughts are going to be all over the place. Some of you maybe have a really hard time sleeping. Don't be surprised if you're having a hard time sleeping because of all this energy that's going on in your 12th house. Generally speaking, I feel like you guys are going to fare much better than a lot of the other signs this month, but where you guys are going to be getting it, Sagittarius, especially Sagittarius risings and Sagittarius moons, are going to be more in your well, all of you, right? I mean, in your emotional space, because the 12th house has to do with your subconscious mind, right? What's underneath the hood. But where a lot of you are going to be feeling this frustration because you may want things to be different in your life. And if you're feeling held back in any area, it's going to be very hard for you to have that forward movement because that Mercury and Mars squaring Saturn and the moon, that Saturn and the moon are going to be in your third house of communication. So you might be feeling sort of in this weird space with your siblings, or just in this weird space as far as communicating with people, just in general, just in general right now. But now towards the end of the week, we also have Mars and Mercury are going to be sextiling Venus. I really like how it's looking towards the end of the week. And then the sun is going to be sextiling Pluto, and that's going to be between your 12th house and your second house. So a lot of you guys are going to be thinking about or feeling differently about the way in which you make money. So something very positive could be coming in right now, having to do with your money, that's actually going to end up changing the way that you sort of feel about yourself and excuse me, and how your life is rolling out. So I do like that. And that's why I don't feel like you're going to be getting it as rough as a lot of the other signs right now, into eclipse season. But I feel like for a lot of Sagittarians, where just the archetype of Sagittarius, what I'm seeing in the astrology, it's this sort of precipice that you've reached, this almost like an emotional crisis, for lack of a better term, where it's like, what's it all about? Why am I going through all of this? What's it for, kind of thing? And not in a, woe is me kind of way. It's really not like that. It's more like an exhausted kind of thing. After you've been through so much, it's just like, I just, go put me on an island somewhere where I don't have to talk to anybody for a couple of weeks, and then I'll come back and I'll feel refreshed, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Because your 12th house, that subconscious, you're feeling tired and you just don't want to deal with anybody's bullshit, to be honest with you. That's what I'm seeing here. So we have the Ace of Wands and the Two of Wands, right? This is so funny that, everything I said, hadn't even looked down, right? I'm like looking at my window at the birds, right, as I'm saying that. But we have the Ace of Wands. You're coming into this energy. So some sort of brand new beginning, some sort of creative project in the past, coming into this, working on trying to launch something, working on some sort of new relationship, working on some sort of new something in your life. There's a lot of newness here that's connected to your ability to grow, because literally this is connected to virility and fertility. So it can indicate like growing a family, growing a career, bringing a project to the forefront, anything like that would include your passionate side. Where are you right now? Here you are, Two of Wands, looking at the future. Mars and Aries, you're like, I am ready for a fresh path, a new perspective. That island over there is looking pretty damn good to me right now, as I just said. But this is very positive. There are two aspects to a situation that you're needing to consider, though. So whether this is two people who want to invest in something, two different jobs that you're being offered, two different relationships, two different homes, two different something, there are two aspects to something. But at the bottom of it all, what are you negotiating here? And I shouldn't even use that because it's more of a two of pentacle energy, but you're considering two aspects. What is going to best give you what it is that you really ultimately want in your life? And and it's a big existential question. It's only a two of wands, and two is sort of low, but this does indicate a new path for you. What is your challenge? Your challenge is getting the thumbs up on that loan, that investment, getting that new job, meeting that new person. You're very ready for the new, but there's some sort of challenge that's holding the new back. Now, swords are truth and words. So you may be waiting for some sort of news to come in that's just not coming in just yet. And you feel like very stressed out because of this. Some of you may be feeling like questioning somebody's honesty regarding a situation, but you feel the sense of like blocking. Yes, the sense of blocking. Okay, so the basis of the situation, working with the Queen of Wands, so the Chariot and the Queen of Wands working together. So the Chariot is about moving away from something, right? So if this has to do with career, it has to do with quick changes and progress and some sort of business situation that's being pushed forward, or you are able to bring something to fruition, whatever it is, it's definitely going to be very exciting. It's going to bring positive news in your finances, but you're going to have to work really, really hard. Now, this is the basis of the situation for the Queen of Wands, which is all about you stepping into your power. So it sounds pretty cool to me. This is a Pisces and Aries energy. And when we're talking about Pisces and Aries together, it's about what's in your mind that you're dreaming about. And Aries is about fresh path, new perspective. So you trying something different in order to achieve that dream. So for some of you, it's getting that new job. It's getting the financing for that project. It's meeting that new relationship. It's finding that house that you really love, whatever it is. It's you stepping into your power and you having the ideas and the energy to energize whatever relationships or whatever connections you're getting into, which is really, really nice. And I feel like you're moving away from what has been really energetically sort of, I'm even going to say, almost like a toxic mindset, where you just weren't feeling good about where you were hanging in life. Something was going on. You just weren't feeling good about where your life was for whatever reason. Not that you weren't happy with yourself or you weren't happy with a lot of the decisions that you were actively making, but maybe it was just through a turn of circumstance or whatever, but you moving away from that is the bottom line. So we have the Queen of Cups as the recommended approach. So Queen of Cups is a Gemini and Cancer energy, and this is a very highly emotionally intelligent energy. So the advice here is stay emotionally intelligent, Sagittarius. Don't be afraid of having any sort of conversations. Don't be afraid of throwing your heart out there. Really being very clear on what it is that you want and need to feel grounded, rooted, safe, and secure. Being very clear about that. For some of you, literally, this is have that conversation about that house. Have that conversation about the foundation of something, or just what it is, what you want, need, and desire. Check this out, though. The energy external to you is the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is an ending where there was a history here, right? So this is external to you. So somebody ending something, or this could be the energy surrounding you. You feel like something needed to end with somebody because of something that they did. But the final release of something is going to allow a release from frustration and stress, even if it's painful, where it ends up being the end of a challenging time period. So I do feel like for them, it's somebody might be ending something with you, Sag, right now, having to do with some sort of either work situation, relationship, family situation, something like that. That's kind of been a long time coming because they feel like either A, their time with you is done, and I'm going to explain that, or because they feel like this is not the right situation anymore. Now, the Ten of Swords can show up as an external if you are wrapping up with somebody some sort of very painful time period. So for example, let's say you're dealing with an inheritance And it's been very painful as you're trying to sell a family home. It's done. Somebody's coming in and saying, okay, it's done. The house is sold, the property is sold, whatever is squared away. It's been really difficult, but now you could just move on and just, just kind of heal, just focus on healing. Do you know what I'm saying? So it could be somebody coming in and delivering the news of where there is an end to a challenging time period. Okay. But now we have in your personal psychology, we have the sun reverse, and the sun is still very positive, whether it's upside down, right side up, sideways, it's the sun. It's impossible to see a negative side. But what this can indicate is some sort of delay. You're in a space of waiting, and that waiting can incite some depression. You might not even be talking to anybody about it. Maybe you're just talking to a partner, a good friend, or your therapist, or somebody close to you, but you're in the space of waiting. To wait to manifest something. Now, in the near future, we have the new job coming in, the new relationship coming in, the new approach, the new path, the new project starting, whatever it is. This is like a pages sense, but the pages like turning a page energy. It's a new cycle, as a page indicates. And Pentacles is money, but it's also mental, physical, and emotional connection. But we have in the final outcome, we have the Five of Cups, which is very interesting. So I'm going to pull more cards on this because the Five of Cups is the energy of loss and leaving and sadness. And this can be a relationship. This can be a friendship. This could be work, a financial situation that ends before you feel ready for it. But you're going to be able to deal with it and move on and assimilate whatever stress you're feeling. But maybe you're moving on in a new job, but a relationship is ending, or you're moving on in a relationship and a job is ending. Maybe, but it's like something ends before you feel really ready for it too. And this could have to do with, with this Ten of Swords energy, obviously, if it's if it has to do with the passing of a family member, it's a new, you feel very sort of depressed about it. And, you have to start on this fresh path to move past this difficult time period of somebody passing away. But it's like you're not really ready for it. You're not really ready to do it. You don't want to. You don't want to. I understand. Okay. Big energy coming up here, Sag, because I feel like it's several things. I feel like there's a little bit of relationship, there's some family stuff, there's some work stuff. So let's see what else. We're going to pull a career and separate relationship spreads, but let me just see. Let me get the final messages here. Page of Wands, Six of Cups, King of Swords, Knight of Cups in the reverse. Okay, yeah, it does seem like there's going to be a little bit of trouble ahead here, having to do with somebody, but it's going to work out fine. We have the Magician, which is all about manifesting. But so we have the Page of Wands here. Okay, so Page of Wands is all about you expressing yourself. This is really good news coming in about any project that requires negotiation. Very, very busy time, for sure. New offer. But the thing is, something may not be as high or as much as you would like or expect. Like the dollar sign might be not as high as you would like or expect, but it's still gonna appeal to you in theory. And then we have the Six of Cups energy. So this has to do with feeling very nostalgic. Harmony, it has to do with the past. It has to do with reconciling with the past, reconnecting with people from the past, especially finding the right balance in a relationship as well, trying to balance something out. So maybe you're not getting as much for that family home if you're dealing with an inheritance kind of thing, or as much from that insurance payout, or maybe somebody's not investing in that project as much as you would like, or or some of you were just reconnecting with people from the past. But there is this idea of balancing out and clarifying the balancing out. We have the King of Swords and the Knight of Cups, both reversed. So when we have the King of Swords in the reverse, this could be a very corrupt energy. somebody who's being very selfish, kind of sneaky, right? A little bit of a bullshit artist, a little bit of a con man, and clarifying that is the Knight of Cups in reverse, which is somebody with unrealistic expectations. So somebody is not being dishonest here, while somebody else has unrealistic expectations, or a little bit of both. Unrealistic expectations and somebody just not being completely forthcoming and honest. I smell some sort of bullshit here, Sag, to be honest with you, and I don't feel like it's coming from you. Because Six of Cups is like friend. I just feel like if you're getting into any sort of new project, keep your eyes open. You guys are very good at doing that. Read that fine print. You guys are very good at doing that. So just make sure you do all of that. You're in a strong position though, because clarifying this is the Nine of Wands, which I do like. I mean, you're in a strong position. You're fighting very long and hard in something which has exhausted you. You're just like, if it doesn't work this time, or if it's not done, whatever, then I don't even want to deal with it anymore. A lot of you are almost in that space, if not definitely in that space. But you're going to have the perseverance to see it through, because whatever you're feeling right now, which is likely defensive, it's temporary. You just want to make sure that you don't stay in any kind of negative mindset like that you might be feeling, because right after this is the Ten of Wands. You don't want to do that because it's like very overwhelmed. So just try to stay balanced, take a step away from the situation if you need to. And clarifying the Nine of Wands, like what is making you feel like this, is the Ten of Cups in reverse, which is family trouble. For some of you, this could be a broken marriage, the end of a relationship, issues, having to do with connection within a business dealing, not necessarily having to do with money, but where there are issues, right? Within the connections, within these things. And it ends up inciting this space where you need to negotiate things. And each pentacle represents a path. Should you do this? Should you do that? And you have to, and what are you thinking about is which path that you choose will you end up experiencing the greatest sense of lack? Being really honest with yourself, and then choosing the other one. And when I say lack, I mean, feeling like, does it resonate with you? So you might have a situation where two things are offered to you, and you need to figure out what are you going to feel the most comfortable with or in. Maybe not even only having to do with money, but who are you feeling the most comfortable dealing with? Maybe even for some of you. This clarifying that is the Two of Cups, which I always see is a very good, healthy conversation between people. It's very mutually supportive. It's a positive proposal coming in. If things have been difficult, harmony returning, very nice, nurturing relationship. So nice energy there. And then clarifying that is the Magician, which is awesome, because this is all about manifesting. But the Magician, remember, is straight up Mercury. Mercury does rule Gemini as well as Virgos. This is like sitting down and having a conversation to problem solve, putting your heads together to create some sort of new beginning or new direction. So this could be in career, this could be in relationship, whatever it is. It's a very inspired leadership energy as well, which I like a lot. It's getting past the nonsense though, which is really nice, right? At the end of the day, it's getting past the nonsense and whatever this is, the family situation, the work situation, the relationship, whatever it is. So let's pull a spread just for career, okay? Or money. So this doesn't have to do straight up with career, because not everybody's working, right? What's going on with money? Lawsuit, investment. 10 of Swords, being challenged by the sun. Okay, wow. So coming into this energy, 10 of Pentacles, really nice 10 of Pentacles energy coming into this, sure. And this is about, family, maturity, deepening of commitment, shared values, property, legacy, inheritance, So yeah, I mean, just speaking to those of you, I don't know why I was getting that strong inheritance energy before, so but it seems to be coming back, but obviously it doesn't have to be that way. Having to do with this could be deepening a connection within business, focusing on growing a business, starting a business, even joining forces. Getting help from other people, though, is very Ten of Pentacle energy. Getting help from other people. So this could even be like maybe family members helping you out buy a home, or family members or friends or investors helping you out in buying a business or being able to push some project forward. There are other people, though, involved in whatever situation you're trying to push forward, right? That's what's coming through. So not everyone's going to resonate with that, but that is what that Ten of Pentacle energy means. Now we have the Ten of Swords, again, this complete and painful ending. Now, even more specifically, keep in mind, this is a Mercury and Virgo energy. So Mercury is truth, it's communication, and Virgo is it rules the day-to-day work environment. It's also the house of Virgo's is the landlord of the house of problems, problem solving. It's the Hermit energy, and we do have the Hermit that showed up here. But it's like an end to something that's been going on, whether it's a lot of gossip that's been going on, a lot of empty negotiating, a lot of promises that were never followed through, whatever the case was. There's a history here, but in the final release of something releases you from the frustration and the stress of the situation, even if it's painful. This is the end of a really challenging time period. And there you go. That's where you're at right now. But what is the challenge? The challenge is you might be feeling some sort of depression. You might be feeling some sort of delay in things being able to move forward. This is waiting. That came up before for you as well. It's a challenge. So you're almost like, I mean, this is very much a crossroads energy, right, Sag? Right? The Ten of Swords, those of you who know tarot, right? The Ten of Swords being challenged by the sun as these center cards. It's like, wow, you're totally at a crossroads. It's like you're waiting for the light to turn green for you to cross the street. You know where you want to go. It's not a confusing kind of crossroads. You know exactly where you want to go. But it's like you're waiting for the green light. Nine of Swords is the basis of the situation. Anxiety, trouble sleeping, feeling restricted. I mentioned that too before, because all the 12th house energy too going on, right? Just not responding well to the external stress of things, not creating a lot of anxiety. And that anxiety is informing this Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles, obviously Pentacles has to do with money. It could have to do with career. It could have to do with anything connected to finances, but it's also mental, physical, emotional connection as well. And we're talking about a page. We're talking about a new beginning. So this is about like your talent shining. This is money news coming in. This is about also progression and some sort of auspicious beginning regarding finances, business, an offer made on a property, or connections being made that are going to help you move forward in your career. But it's a very sort of forward movement, page turning energy, but you're feeling very anxious about it. You're not responding well to the way something has to roll out. To me, it's creating a lot of anxiety in you. And for a lot of you, it could be because you're Sagittarius, right? So Sagittarius is the energy of the philosopher, of higher mindedness, of belief system, of negotiation. Sagittarius, right? You guys are the landlord of the 9th house, which is the house of negotiating, advertising, marketing, launching, learning, all of that, right? So you guys have it going on in the mental realm. I feel like a lot of you are in this space, though, where like you don't have the control that you feel comfortable with. And not to say that you want to go in and micromanage everything. That's not it. It's almost like you're waiting for something to come in that you just simply don't have you don't have control over it right now. And that's creating a lot of anxiety, but it does seem like something does want to come in. Now, what is the recommended approach? Is the Two of Cups. There's a very mutually supportive energy again. Things getting much better after a difficult time. But what is the advice is have a really good, open and supportive conversation about what it is that you're feeling, because this is a Venus and Cancer energy. So Venus has to do with money, and it has to do with your self-esteem and how well you feel, how well you feel in something, and how fair something is. That's all about Venus. right? And so when Venus is in Cancer, Cancer is all about security, safety. Does this feel right? Having the conversation about what does and doesn't feel right, and having a really good solid meeting of the minds. That's the advice here. You're dealing, yes, look at this. The High Priestess came up as the external energy. High Priestess rules secrets. So someone may be thinking or feeling something, doesn't mean it's bad, but you're just, it's like almost like something's going on where you're not privy to all of the information that's going on, and you could feel it and it's not making you feel comfortable. Now, your internal psychology, we have the Knight of Wands. You are very, very ready in your mind to just speed things up. You just really are. You're very fired up in your ambition. You're like, look, let's just get this done. Let's just go. What's the hang up? What's the problem? Where is the issue exactly? And if you're not getting the answer that you want, it's so frustrating right now. So frustrating. I'm gonna get the Hermit energy, guys. So some of you may be in this space sitting back and saying, you know what? I'm just thinking that A, B, and C might not be working the way it is right now. So you might feel like it's time to try a different approach or a different path to something. Because if somebody has you lingering in this like field of questions, or they're not being forthcoming enough, or they're not being responsive in any kind of timely way, or something like that, you're going to be all about trying a different approach. And the final outcome energy of that is going to be you feeling like you need to defend yourself with 7 of Wands. You end up winning here, though. Just keep that in mind. This is Mars and Leo. You're going to be feeling very assertive about some sort of project that you want to work on, because Leo rules creativity and entrepreneurial efforts and what you put into something in the way that you like to do it, right? So, you know, there's some obstacles that you're needing to deal with, but you have the resilience to overcome whatever it is that you're dealing with. And it's success is like right there for you, but your morality and your personal philosophy is very important to you right now. You guys are all about that, right? I mean, even though this is a Mars and Leo energy, you guys are all about morality and personal philosophy, right? You guys are the landlords of the 9th house. So you're all about that. So you might be coming in and saying, yeah, but it's not right that things are going like that. It's not right that A, B, and C. Now I'm not tolerating that anymore, but this is, people are listening to you, Sagittarius, when you do that. It's almost like you've been very accommodating up to this point, and now you're like, okay, guess what? If somebody's keeping something, I could vibe it. I'm feeling very fired up, and I want to just move forward. That's the energy that I'm getting here. Beautiful. Temperance. Love this, because I feel like you guys are going to be negotiating about something. This is your energy, first of all. So how great is that? But this is really about coming together and kind of coming up with a win-win situation. But you might be dealing with challenging personalities where they're either too aggressive or too sensitive, or too much of something, where patience and cooperation is going to be your best friend. It's going to go a long way, a long way. Just make sure you're paying attention to your incoming and your outgoing finances right now. Definitely. Clarifying temperance is the Queen of Pentacles. I like this. This is a Sagittarius and Capricorn energy. So I like this. This is great energy to sit down and draw up some sort of contract, right? Sagittarius, because your house rules the house of negotiating contract, and Capricorn rules work, and it rules long-term goals. So I really like that. And it's sitting down, taking care of business and taking care of the finances of a situation. Beautiful. Clarifying that, we have the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Wands rather, and this is great. This is you coming in, expressing yourself. This is this project finally getting off the ground, things finally moving forward. Even though what you thought was going to come in, what you thought was going to be the thing, it's not going to be exactly what it is that you thought. This came up in the other spread as well. You're still going to be into it though. Still going to be into it. Beautiful. And we have the Queen of Wands. You're stepping into your power. Ideas popping. You're going to have the strength you need to make things happen. All of the relationships that you're dealing with here, everything's going to sort of be rectified. It's going to be energized. Very nice. Clarifying that. Beautiful. We have the Six of Wands. Very nice energy. This is deserved success. Great energy if you've been struggling up to this point, which I'm vibing you have up to this point in the reading. This is having acknowledgement at work. Feelings being shared, well received. Really, really good news here. Very nice energy. Having to do with anything, having to do with property, having to do with money, anything like that. Not only career or project. And we have the Three of Cups. Very nice celebratory circle of support energy. Three of Wands, focusing on the future. You're getting on that boat, Sagittarius, and you're going in a different direction. I mean, this is you're meeting very important people during this stage of your life. You're going to realize whatever plans that you're working on. You're going to be dealing with very unconventional people, or you're going to find yourself in some sort of very unconventional situation that's just going to be fabulous for you. Very positive. Four of Wands. Your creativity being appreciated. Whatever you bring to the table is going to be appreciated. This is an energy of feeling free. It's like a free energy. This is also about creativity, creating a strong foundation for yourself. This is success after completing something. So you went through something and you're finally bringing it to fruition. You're going to be able to experience success. It's a very celebratory vibe where your talents and what you offer to the situation is very much appreciated. So there's nothing to be mad at there. Very nice. See what's going on in relationships. It looks like you're going to have a little bit of a trippy energy. I'm feeling like some of you are kind of sad. Especially Sag risings, I do feel like. Because then that energy is very heavily in that 12th house. So you're doing a lot of reflecting about the past, about endings in your life. You know what I mean? That kind of energy. So let's call for relationships. What's going on here? Four of Wands. Being challenged by the Ten of Cups. Okay. All right. So that Four of Wands energy is, again, about like a homecoming energy. We call it the honeymoon card. This could indicate a new partner opening up their heart and expressing their love and affection for you. For those of you in relationship, this could be an energy where like you're leveling up the relationship. You're very ready to do that, but you're being challenged by this Ten of Cups energy right now. So there could be some sort of family trouble. There can be some sort of issues within the relationship. Maybe you're not happy that a marriage is over or some sort of relationship is over, or you're just simply being challenged in the area of being able to feel content. You want to feel content, but you're not. There's something going on as far as things feeling secure enough in the relationship for you to feel content, whether that has to do with financial security, emotional security, whatever it is. Oh, Ace of Cups coming into this. So maybe this is a new relationship and you guys leveled it up, and maybe you made the decision to get married, move in together, or this could be if you've been together a long time, you guys may be starting a new cycle in your relationship where there's a very nurturing, very loving energy, very strong supportive energy within relationship. But there's some sort of challenge that's getting in the way of you guys being like completely happy right now. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so we have the Fool working with the Eight of Swords. So the Fool energy is, this could indicate that you did meet somebody else. So this could indicate just doing things differently than before and trying your very best to go with the flow right now. But something is not feeling like, almost like you don't feel like your shoes are on the right feet in this relationship. This is a very anxious energy, feeling very restricted, very limited, very trapped. Thinking things are probably never going to be much different than they are right now. And that ends up creating an anxiety, and that creates challenges in your ability to concentrate, where you feel like ultimately you feel like you don't belong in the situation anymore. You're going to need a lot of determination to pull yourself out, even if it means swallowing your pride to get past something. But it does seem like, wow, a lot of you, I feel like, are being called to just go in a different direction. because the Fool is like shocking change, new direction, new path, take a calculated risk. I don't belong in this anymore. And what is the recommended approach? Ace of Pentacles. This is a brand new start, right? This is about really getting in touch with what do you need to feel happy and content in life, right? And getting what you want coming to you quickly, or you're at least shown how to achieve that in order to feel a stronger sense of stability in relationship. And so you really, and the advice here though is to really look at that. What is it that you need? What's necessary there? Now the energy that's external to you, we have the Six of Cups in reverse. So this is about living in the past, somebody that you're dealing with in relationship. Somebody might have very unrealistic expectations within the relationship, something that they're needing from you or, within the relationship. And, they're maybe they're living in the past, something that's just not possible. They're holding on to something. Now, what's going on in your internal psychology, the Queen of Cups, is you're getting very clear with yourself. This is Gemini and Cancer energy. Gemini is very mental. It's clear. It's about truth. It's communication. What you need to feel grounded, rooted, safe, and secure, right? I mean, this is really, really in your internal psychology, but you might be having a hard time exercising that within this relationship. Now, in the near future, we have the Death card. So this can mean two different things. On the one hand, this could certainly mean an end to the relationship, ending right now, or at least there needs to be a time of separation. It's very necessary right now if you guys are ever going to find your footing again in the future, because the way that it's been up to this point, it's become very unhealthy for you and maybe even for your partner. For some of you, it doesn't mean it's forever, because this is the energy of death and rebirth, transformation. If you guys think it's worthwhile, some of you will stay apart, others of you will reconcile. It depends on many things. But for others of you, this can absolutely mean that you just need to move. Something you need to move in together, or you need to move. Something is like very not healthy about where you guys are living. I know that sounds very specific, but that is what the death energy also means. Where your living circumstances might change because you realize that where you are living no longer meet your overall needs together as a couple, right? And so you have to end up moving. But you may be dealing with a partner who's approaching that idea of a move from a very unrealistic mindset, even though the move is exactly what's needed, but you're feeling like maybe you don't really want to. That might be a situation as well. Now we have as the final outcome energy here, we have the Eight of Cups in the reverse, which is fully learning from the past. Fully learning from the past. So let's see what that means. So we have the Six of Wands. Let's pull all the clarifiers and we'll bring them together, okay? Okay. So we have the Six of Wands as a nice energy to have in relationship, because this tells me the feelings are going to be shared and well received, positive communication coming in that ends up leading to a deepening of connection, commitment, understanding, and all of that stuff. And that's being clarified by the Seven of Wands. So it seems like you're defending yourself. The way you addressing some obstacles in a way, you feel like you need to defend yourself, but it's more like you're drawing a line in the sand and you're saying, look, I can do this, but I can't do that. Somebody within relationship may be wanting or expecting a little too much from you, or at least maybe more than you're willing to actually give right now. So we have this working with the Nine of Cups, which is about manifesting happiness. This is really nice, feeling more connected to your own heart space. Clarifying that we have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, and this is about giving up too soon on something, not putting enough work into a particular relationship, feeling like you're putting a lot of work into something without the benefit or the reward, or somebody that you're dealing with may be feeling this about you as well. And because of that, you're feeling this element of disconnect. Five of Pentacles is this energy of feeling very disconnected, feeling very tested. Now, you might be feeling tested regarding your finances within this relationship, because this can indicate a test of resources, financial issues, fear of financial issues. Even if you have money, it's like that fear, that sense of lack, So you need to consider some new options that are going to help you to to see your way forward. So this can show maybe fearing the loss of the security of your home, or fear of financing a home, or something like that. This, for others of you, this can indicate the pain in the aftermath of a breakup. But it's like everything is happening exactly the way it's supposed to happen. This is coming up so much. Like after some challenging cards, like the star just pops up. It's like, okay, change for the better after a difficult time. Time to balance things out, right? I mean, this does mean that you're destined to be with a particular person, right? So it's time to either acknowledge this within yourself, even if things are a little trippy. You may already feel like this person is your person already. For those of you who are feeling 100% like you feel like your shoes are on the wrong feet in a relationship, you feeling like, okay, I can't do this anymore. It's time for me to find somebody that I feel resonates far more with me, you know, in relationship. But I feel like that first interpretation is going to be resonating with most of you, because then we have the clarifier of the stars, the Hierophant, which is the marriage energy. This is that committed partnership energy, but it's also looking at the expectations and the need to conform to certain things within this relationship. And then we have the Three of Swords, which is pain of a truth. This is heartbreak. You know, this is betrayal and depression, and, you know, but at least the lights are coming on in some way. It's almost like the truth is coming out, whether it's painful or not. And then we have the Page of Cups. Page of Cups means a new cycle. It's very interesting, Sagittarius, because I feel like some of you may be meeting somebody new. Or they may be meeting somebody new and it ends up being really painful, but there is this new beginning. I have to pull more cards on this. Page of Swords, okay. Judgment energy, wow, okay. Okay. Wheel of Fortune, we have the Judgment clarified by the Wheel of Fortune, okay. So this is the thing. I feel like whatever relationship you're in, you guys are going to be going through a very difficult time. Even though we have this star and this Hierophant together, there's still going to be pain. Some sort of new cycle started. Somebody may be meeting somebody new, and somebody may be finding out, because this is Page of Swords. This is like your spidey senses get turned on, that your partner might be cheating on you, where your intuition, right, is telling you, you know, what's going on. Or it could even be some sort of information comes to you via either the internet, or somebody calls you or text messages you something, but you end up figuring something out. It does seem like that's being clarified by the Judgment energy. The Judgment energy is a Pluto. This is about assessing the relationship, letting go of the past, making a decision about the past, and spiritually waking up and assessing the situation to shift it into a new phase. Now, for some of you, I feel like there is going to be this need for reconciliation and reconciling things that have been an issue in the relationship, because it's being clarified by the Wheel of Fortune, which does indicate somebody coming back from the past and getting back into that space through communication. But there's a lot of like reaching a turning point, needing to take a chance. There's a lot of faded energy that's going on here. This is very, very interesting to me, because it's almost like somebody has these expectations of you. You think they're being naive. You're not comfortable to deliver what's necessary in the relationship, not because you don't want to, maybe because you can't right now. There ends up being some sort of healthy back and forth. This Page of Cups energy comes in between the Three of Swords and the Page of Swords. This could certainly be some sort of like new energy coming in. But I don't feel like this is going to actually go anywhere. I just don't. This is like not done between you and whatever energy is going on. So maybe you know the Judgment. You know the Judgment and the Wheel of Fortune. These two major arcana energies, history that's here. There's a history that's here, unless this page here is a new cycle with somebody from your past that you're not in a relationship with right now. I hope that's not confusing. It made perfect sense to me, but sometimes I know it like becomes very spidery and spiral. Let me pull some oracles with clarifiers for those of you who need additional information here. Definitely not an easy energy for Sagittarius South Node babies right now. Procrastination. Pay attention to the signs. Temptation. Mm. New life. Pay attention to the signs. A leg up. Temptation, serendipity. Wow. Holy cow. I don't know, Sag. I guess you're going to know what this means. It's like you're putting off starting this new life and ending something. Somebody needs you for help, but there's some sort of serendipitous temptation that's going to be coming in. So either you need to help them, they need to help you. You guys are helping each other right now for whatever reason. But there's this kicking the can down the road for the new life, but something very sort of fated and serendipitous comes in. Let's get some in. Two of Cups. Hello. Judgment energy. Seven of Cups. Oh my gosh. Yes. Choices and confusion, commitment issues. Not sure what's real, what's not. Things feel up in the air. Venus, Scorpio energy. You feel like you're at the beginning stages of a new cycle. There is this energy. Judgment again is about endings, bringing new beginnings. The Two of Cups is new relationship coming in. Can I have a final tarot card that just gives me an indication of where this is going? Fire. Free spirit. Somebody wants to be free. You may be the one that wants to be free, Sag, you know, and this is the right time to express your ideas, what you want, all of that. You need to come with your game on, right? You don't want to allow the idea of you needing to be more perfect than you are, or somebody else needing to be more perfect than they are in order for a situation to work. But it does seem like you're very fired up. You want to be free. Queen of Air. Very motivated to find out the truth and the psychological motivation of somebody. And then we have the Three of Air, which is the Three of Swords. There's pain. There's pain here. So, you know, as always with relationship reads, the energies get very enmeshed. The energies, they don't understand the difference because it's energy. It's not, you know. So somebody may be trying to figure out the psychological motivation of you, or you may be trying to figure out the psychological motivation of someone else. Either you're meeting someone new, or somebody that you're involved with is meeting somebody new, or there's at least a new energy sort of circling around like a shark around the situation. So something to just be mindful of. All right, my friends, that is what I have for you for this week. I hope this was helpful in some way. Remember, it's only a 1 week read. Let's see what comes up next week. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Have a beautiful week. See you next time. Bye-bye.